In today's video, I'm going to go over 4 things that productive people do all the time. You might not be doing all 4, probably doing 1 or 2. So listen in and see how many of these you are actually doing. Hi, I'm Lisa, and I help busy business owners figure out how to reduce their work week by at least 10 hours every week. Strategy number 1 that productive people do that you might not be doing is use a calendar, not just for appointments, but to actually plan out your day. Putting in the most important tasks in an actual time slot so that you know at 9:30, it's time to write your blog post, or at 10:45, you want to make sure to call your top 3 clients. Not just the appointments, all the activities, slide them right into the calendar so that you know what you're doing from the beginning of the day until the end. Think of your calendar like a budget. You decide ahead of time how you want to spend your money. Do the same thing with your hours. How do you want to mindfully invest each minute of your day? Plan it out on paper or digitally, so that you know exactly what you're doing as you walk through the day. Strategy number 2 is plan. When I start working with clients, at the end of our first session, I'll say, okay, now, do you typically plan for the week on Friday or Sunday or Monday morning? And they'll look at me kind of blankly and they'll say, well, I don't know. What do you think I should do? Because they're not really planning. They might look at a to-do list, they might look at their calendar, but they're not actually laying out the day. And so what you want to do is actually take time, whether it's Friday or Sunday or Wednesday, it does not matter. Take the time and plan and think through on a couple different levels. You want to plan yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. Now, you're not doing all of those all the time. However, if you don't think big picture, then you're just going to be stuck on the hamster wheel doing activity after activity after activity. So where do you want to be in a year? And then go ahead and break that back to where do you want to be in a quarter? And then go ahead and break that back to the month. And then from the month, you're able to lay out your weeks and your days. When you're looking at your calendar, look at your appointments. Are they aligned with your goals? So many times we schedule an appointment and don't even consider what's the purpose of this meeting? What's the purpose of this project? What's the purpose of this appointment or task? One question that you can ask yourself is, what goal does this directly support? And when you can name the goal, you know the task or activity or appointment is directly aligned with what you've laid out as what's most important to you. Strategy number 3, use a to-do list. Does it matter if it's paper? No. Does it matter if it's digital? No. What matters is that it is not in your head. It is exhausting trying to remember everything you need to do in your head. So use some sort of a list. Digital, an app, paper, doesn't matter. Just get everything captured in one place so that you can assess and you can work off data. When we keep all the to-dos in our head, what happens is it's easy to get overwhelmed. It's easy to spin. It's hard to figure out what to do next. When we can see it, we have data rules. You can look at the data and you can decide, I can do this one now. I can delegate this to someone else. This will take 5 minutes. This will take 15. You can make decisions and you can move things around. You can also delete a lot off your to-do list once you see it, because you recognize, what goal does this support? None. No need to get it done. Some of my clients use this little tiny pocket notepad that they can keep in their back pocket everywhere they go. And everything just gets written on there. No matter what happens, they have it with them. Others love just to keep a note on their phone. I use a paper calendar as well as Asana. And so my projects are laid out in Asana. The day-to-day things that pop up are written on my planner pad because I still use a paper calendar. I know you think that a time management person would use a digital calendar, and I do. I use an online calendar for appointments, but to plan my day out, I plan it out on paper every time. The last strategy that productive people do is they delegate. They get that just because they're the business owner, it doesn't mean that they own all the things, and they understand their zone of genius. What is it that they do better than anybody else, that they love to do, and that moves their business forward? That's where they spend 80% or more of their time. All the other things that you have to have that are necessary to keep a business running, but that they don't love to do, they delegate those to people who actually do love to do them. When you can spend your time doing those things you love, when you live in your zone of genius, the hours that you spend working will quickly reduce and your satisfaction and enjoyment in your day-to-day will quickly increase. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and click the thumbs up button and subscribe. In a moment, some more videos will be popping up on your screen. Go ahead and watch a couple of those also. They're filled with some amazing time management strategies.